Let's go.
Been doing this series, for 2 months. This series, and then I started a podcast early last year, wasn't it? Right after COVID, like started going down a little bit, but we were still in lockdown. And then, here's how it really happened. So, in 2020, you had the George Floyd situation, and then I met a sister from my dad's side later on in the year, and we were just talking, and she's like, "Yo, you should do a podcast." And like it's something I've always wanted to do. I just love talking to people, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, cool. And then it was just like a seed that just got planted, and then I went on vacation for like 2.5 weeks. And like towards the end of that vacation, honestly, God started dealing with me. Like, okay. He started giving me ideas, so okay. And I just came back and started running with it. And I did 5 or 6 episodes, I think, of them. And then things started dwindling down. And then I didn't have the kid later on that year. So then I just stopped everything because I didn't have any time. Then I ended up getting custody of her. So I really had to stop. And then I just picked it back up. But so like this type of series is what I was really trying to get into as far as like having everyday conversations about everyday things in life. And cause that's what I like to talk about. That's what I talk about on Facebook. That's where I got my following from. And everybody's like, you should do a podcast. I'm like, yeah, I've already been thinking about that. So that's been my original plan. So it's just how everything's just coming together. Let's do it. That's how God works. Let's do it. That's what I like talking about. Everything from spirituality to social issues to marriage to relationships to the first episode was on depression, on how God like really brought me through it. I'm still releasing segments of that episode now. And then the second, another one I recorded was on having a good name and just briefly touching, bridging the gap between male and female. Because I found in this generation, especially around people my age, it's not there. People do not know how to respect opinions and desires, and they get on, well, you gotta do it like this, or you gotta do it like this, or you gotta do it like this, I want this, he's gonna give you this. And there's a huge disconnect. So I tapped on that a little bit, and then the last one I recorded was about a bunch of random things, that's kind of how I'm gonna get into it anyway, just a bunch of random things, having conversations. Because like I'm a firm believer, if you just let it flow, what's needed to be said is gonna be said. That's just how I look at it.
Me and my barber were doing one we call it barbershop talk.
Nice.
What happens in the barbershop?
Yeah.
That's what we talking about.
Yeah.
So one minute we can be talking about sports, next thing we talking about politics,
Yep.
marriage, relationship. It just went everywhere.
Yeah.
And COVID hit. So he was cutting in his basement, so we stopped doing it. But then we talked about picking it back up, and then my wife started doing one every other Thursday or something like that, just on relationships.
Nice.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And there's this is
Huge
cute.
listener.
Me and Sean was talking about how we be dressing alike, and I'm looking at y'all.
It's dope, yeah.
But we clearly, first of all, I think this is just like our age situation, because like when we were younger, that's what couples did, you know.
Right.
I don't think they really do that now, though.
It depends.
No, it is. It's funny because we'll do the matching T-shirts, but he has an aunt and uncle faithfully every Sunday they match. If they going to a picnic, they got on the same color. But they're he's what, in his late 60s. They're both
like the early 70s.
Yeah, they're both in their late 60s, early 70s. And when I say they matching, the mask gonna be the same color, T-shirt.
Oh, they coordinate.
I
They
really
shoes,
believe like our
all of
generation kind of ended all of that. 'Cause
That's not true.
They different now.
That's
I
not-
don't know though.
that's
They
not
different.
true.
These kids
So-
different now.
Well, I'm 32. Just kind of give you an idea of my age. Yeah.
Yeah,
Our kids, you right in the middle of both our kids. We have a daughter that will be 34 and our son will be 30.
Okay.
See that's like our generation though. Like literally, that was like a thing. You know, you go to Great America together,
See,
dressed
that is so-
alike.
Now I think it's more more coordinated. It may not be exactly the same like this, but it may be the same colors, you know. But yeah.
I'd rather go back and pull up some pictures. My ex and I used to do that, and then my first daughter's mom and I used to do that a lot too.
But this is wise, we'll do this, but
Yeah.
on a Sunday we might wear the same colors, but we don't.
Not all the
Pretty
time.
much.
Yeah.
So it's weird for me because Sean knows I typically just wear like black and white.
Mhm.
So I either wear white or I'm gonna wear black, or I wear black and white.
Mhm.
And it never fails. I'll get dressed first, and then all of a sudden Sean is like, "So I'm going. What are you wearing? Okay, I'm wearing."
You've done that. You've done that.
It's like
I think it's fly, personally.
Yeah.
I
Oh
think
yeah. It's
fly.
cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's like literally your wedding ring.
That's fair. She would be.
Yeah, right. You know.
We together.
Yeah.
Right.
We together.
You let everybody know.
Yeah, it's literally. I think that I don't know. To me, when I see stuff like that, I just feel automatically like that's a dope couple.
I think it's fly. I mean, because so to me, like, it kind of like it shows the camaraderie there and the unity in
Yeah.
the relationship,
Yeah.
right? That you both love each other and understand each other to the point where you don't mind looking like. Because if you go down the street
Yeah.
and then somebody sees you down the street and they come down the street and they see you, they automatically know.
Oh, they together.
They together. Automatically know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so like you can't really hide it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
I think
it's a statement of agreement.
I like that. I like that.
Statement of agreement.
I like that.
Yeah, this weekend I had to past weekend. Sorry, I was in North Carolina. Sean was supposed to come, but my daughter got sick, and it's told when she's sick she needs one of her parents. She can't be with grandma no, you one of her parents. So Sean stayed behind, and I just found myself. Well, I had on my ring. Typically, when I come to the office, I try not to wear so it don't get messed up. But I just kept finding myself saying I'm happily married. Well, because it was like so many. It was a women's conference, but it was so many men,
Mm.
and they keep walking up to you saying stuff. I'm like, I'm married. I'm married. I'm married.
Just get it out the way real
Yeah,
quick.
he
before
would
you try
be
to-
here.
Yeah.
But he's not here. But I'm
Right,
married. I'm
right,
definitely married.
right.
Oh, you want the no? I'm married. Please leave me
It's
alone.
crazy you gotta do that though. I mean, but I kind of get it. I kind of get it from like cause you just don't never know, right? And how do you know to shoot your shot if you don't know?
But you know what's weird? I find it weird when a man shoots their shot and you tell them that you married and they say, "Well, where is he?" Why do it matter?
Yeah, that now. Yeah,
I
that's
just
pushing.
told you
That's pushing.
that I'm married.
Or are you happy?
right.
I mean, cause
Or
you get some people who
Is
are like
he
that
married? I got that.
Is he
I'm
married?
married. Is he married?
Oh, wow.
too. Mm.
Yeah. So then it's like, what he doing? You hear what he doing?
Right.
Mm.
But
Is he
these people
telling
like are
somebody
really
he
bold
married?
though.
Oh,
Keep
people
it.
wild.
Listen to this. Y'all tell me what you think it is. We're out walking. I walk the dog every day, right? Well, we both do, but I walk him all the way down, about a mile, half mile, and then half mile back on the daily. There's usually these two guys out there throwing bags, and so every now and then there's one guy, his wife's out there. So this particular day, me and Lisa walking together. We walked up to the corner, and we're walking back, and she said, "Are y'all married?"
The wife said it?
There was two ladies out here at this time. I've never seen this lady before. And we kind of looked like, huh? Are y'all married? Yeah, we're married. Oh, you lucky. I think she's talking to me. I'm like, yeah, I think so too. Thank you. And she's like, no. All right.
You did good.
You know what?
You did good.
You know.
Wait a minute.
And we didn't think nothing, so we go get back to the house. And we
I
like,
thought something. I was just gonna wait to see if you were gonna bring it up. I immediately thought something.
was that strange to you? I'm like, you know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, that was kind of strange. Are you asking everybody that walk down the street, are they married?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was low key disrespectful.
Not
It
low
was.
key.
It
It was
was
not
very-
low key.
it was
There was
very-
nothing
I
low
mean, the way
key
she-
about
the way she
that.
tried to do
It was
was-
very disrespectful. And that's why
She
I
was
just
trying to
love,
pull you from
I
your
love
back.
when them,
Both
in her face.
And asked me, and you know, well, at least she did it to my face, but it was not low
These
key.
people are so bold, but listen to this though. This is why I love listening to them because it's so crazy. I was just talking to my mother about this. every time somebody comes around our family, the first thing they say to me is, Randy, Sean's such a good man, don't lose him. And I'm like, what? and you know, it's weird because people don't know what you go through
Right.
in your own home, you know. And we're not perfect, but I am a very happy wife. I'm a grateful wife. And while we were all together this weekend, so I was at a celebrity conference. We had to speak about film and all of that stuff to people. So it was me and Selena Johnson and Tank, and it was a bunch of us. Jamie Foxx, it was a bunch of us. So Celicia and Selena, those are my best friends. They know me very well. But Jamie Foxx also knows Sean. We sitting at the table, and Selena says, "Where's Sean?" I said, "Oh, he was gonna come with babysit." She said, "Brady, he's such a good man." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And you know, I said, "Thank you, I appreciate that." But then Shalisha says it. Sean is such a good man. So I said, well, now I'm thinking you bitches, are you crazy? what is happening? Like, how many times y'all got to inform me of this? I've been with this man for some years now. How, you know, this is like overkill now. We talking. And so then she said, well, because you crazy. I said, there's nothing about me that's crazy. I said, well, I would appreciate it. We got to keep talking about Sean. That somebody was like, Brady, you're such a good woman. Does anybody know what I put up with?
Right.
We just see all this good, because Sean always with me.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean is cleaning up this. Sean is helping to do this. What about me and what I have to go through? I'm here working for 3 days. But then he at home with the child. You know, so it's like, what do you do? I do find it, if they wasn't my best friends, I think that would be disrespectful. To keep saying, you have a good man.
I don't know necessarily that I would think it was disrespectful if they were friends, but this came from a total stranger.
Right.
And to first ask the question, are you married? What difference does that make? We're walking the dog. We
Yeah.
could be brother
And
and
we're
sister.
together.
We could be
Right.
cousins. We could be,
Well, if y'all were brother and sister, though, maybe one of them could have been like, "Oh, okay, well, I
It
would
sound like
like to
they
talk
both
to."
about to shoot their shot.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, because she was sitting there with, I'm assuming her boyfriend or husband, because they were
no,
all,
it was only one man.
it was two, both the guys.
Both of the guys were out
Oh,
there that
okay.
day. It was just the one guy, and he was standing.
I'm just wondering, too.
No, he was standing on closer to one woman, and then the other woman, the woman that asked the question, was the furthest away from the man. I think if her man was out there, she probably wouldn't have asked that question. Because, for one, are you married? You don't ask someone, are you married, unless you're interested.
Right. Well,
You-
first, I mean,
you
when
know.
y'all get to the couple, are y'all a couple? Are y'all an item?
It just, to me,
Because-
you're across the street.
Yeah.
You don't ask, period. You don't say, hey, welcome to the neighborhood. We've seen you walking your dog.
Right.
You
My name is such
say,
and such. What
yeah, you
You
say,
try to like slide it in there to where it don't seem so obvious, but you know
y'all
you get the
married?
answer you want.
Cause typically we see him by himself, and today he walking with somebody. Y'all married? Why? What difference does it make?
What does that mean?
She was messy. She was out front messy.
Was she black? Oh.
That's why.
She-
That's why.
So, man, the man I told her, it's just like when you go to the club, or we go out somewhere, and it's a guy, I see us walk in together.
Mhm.
And the minute I go to the bathroom, now he coming over
Now
to
you
say,
come.
how you doing?
That happens with Sean all the
I'm
time.
like, come on, dude.
Yeah, that
She's
happens.
like, it's okay. I handle it. But
It's a level of respect that you gotta have
It
for a
is.
man.
Right.
It is.
I think that, but we at this time period, you know, we're in a point where everybody's just disrespectful, and they're disrespectful to. It would take a
They
woman.
respectfully
You
put
like you
back in
literally
your
have to
place,
help them understand. Yeah, this is a no. But
But
I feel like if a man is sitting there and you see this man here, then already automatically that's off limits.
I think the
But-
disrespect is both from the men and the
Men and
women.
women.
Because
Oh, yeah,
women
sure.
don't
There's
care.
no
Oh,
one
yeah.
way.
Not any at this is, you know, if they clock is ticking, whether they want to have kids or they're to have somebody else's kids, but they might want to have some more, or they feeling like I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride, and he treat her real good. I bet he would probably treat me just as good.
Well,
If I could get him to come
remember
over
I
here.
told y'all about
It's a whole
That's a
conversation.
Conversation. Congratulations.
when she kept telling me she wished she had a man that was like Sean, I wish I had a man like Sean. And this was every time I would talk to her. So I definitely, that's just, that clearly she's disrespectful. And so I couldn't even converse with her no more because every time she would come, her comment would be, I wish I had a man like Sean. I wish I had a man like Sean. And I wish somebody loved me like Sean loved you. I'm like, because next thing you know, it's gonna be y'all. You go.
I sure wish I had
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody
Yes.
like Sean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, you be like, oh, that's what you meant when you said it the last time.
right. So it's like you gotta